So what I'd like to talk about now is an ophthalmoscope. Now, an ophthalmoscope is an instrument for looking inside the eye. Essentially what it allows you to do is direct light through the pupil of the eye, and using magnifying lenses it allows you to see the fundus, which is the medical term for the back of the eye. And that's the retina and the optic disc are the main things that you're looking at. Now, the ophthalmoscope was developed mostly in the 1850s by the work of Hermann von Helmholtz, famous German physiologist. And use of the ophthalmoscope spread pretty quickly around Europe after this time, although there is a familiar story of older medical men being a bit reluctant to use a new technology. In Britain, the ophthalmoscope is supported and forwarded most vigorously by Thomas Clifford Albert, later Sir. Now, he's most famous now for developing the portable clinical thermometer and for potentially being the inspiration for Tertius Lydgate in Middlemarch. But he develops use of the ophthalmoscope in his work at the Leeds General Infirmary. He tests it on his patients there and on patients at the nearby West Riding Lunatic Asylum. And he's wanting to develop its use in diagnosing illnesses of the kidneys, of the nervous system, but he's also interested in using it in potentially diagnosing mental illness. Now, at this time in the late 19th century, madness was seen as something with a definite biological component. So if someone was seen as suffering from insanity of any sort, they would be assumed to have some degradation of the cerebral matter. Now, an ophthalmoscope allows you to look at the optic disc, which is the optic nerve, which is essentially an outgrowth of the brain. So this instrument is pretty much the only thing at the time that allows you to look at cerebral matter directly. So it's an instrument that allows you to diagnose whether or not someone is suffering from disease of the brain. So I think that fits quite well with our hidden histories theme. But what's also interesting about the ophthalmoscope is, along with the thermometer, Albert developed this in collaboration with medical suppliers in Leeds. And the medical trade is big business in Leeds in the late 19th century. See the nearby Thackeray Medical Museum for evidence of that. And so our collections in the Leeds HPS Museum are very rich in medical instruments, and the good reason for that is because of this rich history of medical suppliers in Leeds.